Hey guys, welcome back to the channel where it's all about racing. Today we're going to take a look at another model that I have somehow managed to break here in my absolute sheer boredom, the winter here in Virginia. This is an Audi RM8 LMS that was part of the Audi collection. I'd reviewed this car, I guess, about a year and a half ago, and it was sold to me as a Spark, but everybody told me that this was a Mini Champs, Well, folks, it actually was a Spark. Take it off the base, you look at the floorboard of it, and sure enough, there it is, a Spark. And this is pretty much what the floorboard looks like once you remove it. There are two screws that attach it. Now the cockpit area popped right out, and this is what it looks like. And I've seen this before with a couple other models, and I tell you, they've done a really, I think, a spectacular job with this. I mean, take a cool look at the seat belt and the seats. Just really beautiful work. Got the fire extinguisher over here. The center console, you can see it's a little bit easier if I turn it around this way to see that. I mean, kind of simple, and there's not a whole lot you can see looking at it from the outside. And get a load of this. The pedal box is there. Something you would never, ever see if you thought about looking at it. But sure enough, there is the pedal box. Really, really cool. I removed one of the wheels. Well, the wheels actually come out pretty easily. But another thing I thought you'd take a look at are the exhaust pipes. And they look like they are two separate pieces. And guys, indeed they are. You can see that placed in there. I mean, look at the tiny little tow hook where that is placed. I mean, I can't even fix the frickin' rear wing. And they're able to put this shit in there. I don't know how they do it. Now, I tried to get to the engine because I really did want to see the engine. I may have to just remove the engine cover, take a look at that, just pop that open if I can. But here is what the inside of the cabin looks like. And you can see the steering wheel, the rear view mirror, and if you take a look there on the far right, you can see like the leader light that they typically have with these cars that race in Europe, that show the number of the car, the name of the driver flicking on it. But all that is actually part, and look at the roll bars and the cabin. I mean, it's just again, this is stuff you will never see looking at the car. But there you can clearly see what that looks like. In my opinion, it's absolutely amazing. If you turn this around, there you can see the steering wheel again, the rear view mirror. You can see the windshield banner there, through that. The one thing I mentioned I can't get to is the engine. It is sealed back there. And these wheels, if you take a look how the wheels are mounted, you see that on the right-hand side, the little, on my right, I guess you're right-handed looking at this, that's a little hub. This is designed so that the wheels lock into this, as these are collector's models and not toys, not supposed to be played with, as I do, and I broke this one. That's designed so that the wheels lock in place and they don't move. But otherwise, the wheel's pretty simple. You've got a rubber tire. In this case, I take it back. This is plastic. This is not even rubber. This is just plastic. That's a plastic tire on that. Usually they have rubber tires, but that's plastic. That's not rubber. A plastic wheel, plastic tire. Huh. Now this is a 2012 model and maybe somewhat older, but again, that is what the inside of the cabin looks like. And of course, the engine, as you can see, I can't get to that. The whole bodywork, I don't know. I'm not going to see if I can work at this a little better to get to that. But I'd like to see if I could get to the engine, since I have taken the rest of the car apart and obviously have destroyed it, the wing and everything else. I gave up with after like 10 attempts and glue sticking to my hands and everything. I was trying to fix it. I just finally got frustrated because it's fairly complex as far as the structure. Like I said, I don't know how they put these things together, but hold on just a moment. Now there you can see I pulled the little plastic window up, and it's nothing but a thin sheet of plastic that covers that. And there you can see the engine a lot better than you could with that on it. And again, I cannot reach the engine from the bottom of it, so that's about as close as I'm going to get. But I think, they did a really good job with that. I mean, absolutely beautiful work on that. What you would expect from Spark, respectively. Very, very sharp, very impressive. Again, gorgeous front end. Again, many of these things you can't access, like the radiator and everything else. You can see there, it's all part of the inner framework. I could take the second set of wheels off there. They just pop right out, quite frankly, right easily. But anyhow, that is a cool look at my busted up and sorry ass looking Spark Audi R8 LMS. Hope this has been as cool and informative for you as it has for me. Take care. See you next time.